1, 2.
I be doing these dumb ass, like portrait ass. Why do I do that? I do that all the time. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Nigga, wait.
Are we going right now? Is this going?
Okay, I mean it is recording, but we just be talking. I'm sorry.
We can post it.
Hold on, let me turn it on real quick.
I don't know how this episode about to go, guys. I'm like, it's gonna be a mess.
Oh my God! Please forgive us in advance. We just be talking and talking. Okay.
Okay.
Woo, okay, ready?
Oh shit! I forgot to get my vitamin C, but it's okay. I'll take it after. When I tell you I ain't trying to get sick, I ain't trying to get sick.
Girl, go take the vitamin C.
Green tea and ginger are in here.
Too.
Green tea, ginger, and lemon.
Yes, I got my ginger tea too. Let the people know who is on the episode for today. Our final episode of the season.
Yes, last episode, y'all.
We have the one and only Mr. Carl Tart.
Oh, thank you.
Did you like that intro?
Loved it. It talked so much about who I am.
You know what?
Well, you know what? That's your job. You know, you're supposed to introduce yourself. Let the people know.
You're supposed to introduce yourself on the show?
Yeah. Not introduce. What I meant was, let me rewind. You know,
elaborate.
Yeah, you're supposed to tell us who you are. Like, tell us about yourself.
Tell us more, Carl. Tell us more.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
I'm a Capricorn. I was born in Mississippi, raised in Los Angeles, and I'm 6'3", and I.
You're stating your dating profile. What?
Yeah.
This is not
6'3" because that matters. And you know how they say that? I guess that matters. I guess height matters on here. You know.
Oh no! At this point, it don't. I don't.
But
I'll take a 5'2". You know.
5'2". Yeah, that's me. I'm a writer and an actor.
Right. That's what I like.
And today we are talking about comedy. Is that up your alley, Carl?
That is up my alley. That's my trade, I guess.
Okay. So before we tap into the episode fully and talk about all things first as it relates to comedy and Carl, let's do a little lightning round. So Carl, are you familiar with what the lightning round means?
No, what is it?
So,
child, I'm about to catch it right now.
That means we're going to ask you a series of first questions.
Oh, a series. Jesus.
And,
okay.
Like a couple of questions. Different first time questions. One word, first thing that comes to your mind.
Ready.
First car.
Camry. 2000.
First app that you open up in the morning.
Oh, probably the web browser.
To search what?
I don't know why that was so like, why you, what? That's so random, right?
You on Safari?
What? And it's like,
I go on Safari. Right, I go to check Media Takeout and the news sites because I'm not on Twitter no more.
That is so interesting. I was not expecting the web browser.
That brings me to first cell phone.
My mom bought me this Virgin mobile phone when I was in 8th grade. And
wow,
it had minutes. And she got me like $10 worth of minutes. Like, don't use all these minutes up. But I wasn't really like texting like that. But text messages would take minutes.
Oh my God, I think that was my first phone.
And it had the monophonic ringtone. And so I remember I had Nelly's Dilemma. That's my first ringtone.
Oh my
I feel like
god!
everybody had that ringtone at one point.
Yes. Wait, was that was your first ringtone then?
That was my first ringtone. Nelly's Dilemma. Did y'all have sidekicks in high school?
I didn't get my sidekick till I didn't get a sidekick till college, like my freshman year.
Yeah, and I had to get it myself.
Me too. I had to get it myself.
I messed up my credit because I got it from one of the kiosks at the mall, and those contracts are terrible. Like those authorized dealers, they're so bad. They'd be like, "Come get the sidekick for $50."
Right,
you sign your life away. I just got that off my credit recently.
Dang. But what did save me, I was on that computer on AIM though, okay?
Yes.
I was on AIM.
I was on that computer all night.
For sure.
My parents used to be so mad. They used to be like, get off of that computer. That light is keeping me up, because like their room door would be right there, and then like the computer, the desk was like not far from the room door, and apparently the light was keeping my mama up all night. Like, Mom, please, I'm in the middle of some good conversations right here.
So I had to keep mine in the dining room. I had a laptop, but I couldn't bring it. I didn't have internet in my room because why didn't we have Wi-Fi? And so I had to plug it in to get the internet. And like my mom used to hate seeing me on the computer, because I got the computer because I at my school we had electronic music, and a couple people got scholarships to like get laptops and like a keyboard, and you had to make your album on that. You had to like show that you like made an album. And so, man, I was bullshitting on that damn thing, and all I did was be on AIM all night. And that was when YouTube first came out too.
Oh my God. You know what I thought of not too long ago? How with the AOL email, or you can change like the sound effects from when you get a message. So every time my AIM went off, my thing would say, rockin'.
Every time. Every time.
It sounds just like that.
Every fucking time they would do that.
Mine was when you would leave the room on AIM, and it was, like, mine would be the it would play like a little bit of No Scrubs, so it was just go, oh, no, like just that part of No Scrubs.
I cannot.
What? Let's
get
into this comedy career that Carl Tart has, because we're talking about off first. So tell us, Carl, about your first time finding out you were funny. Discovering that you had
when did you realize that you were a comedian?
All throughout school, I was always a clown. It kept bullies off me in the neighborhood, and I'd be like get off the bus and walk home and stuff. Like, they thought I was funny. I could crack jokes and do impressions of people and stuff like that. And then once we got through school, it just became like me and my friend Leonard, like, we just didn't do nothing but crack jokes all day. Like, both of us were just very silly dudes.
All throughout. This was high school?
Middle school.
Okay, middle school.
Yeah. Woo! Were you one of those kids that always got in trouble?
Teachers liked us because we did our work, and we were also like not dumb. So, but we definitely sat in the back of the class and just crack jokes all the time. And some teachers, like substitutes, would be like, "Get out of my class!" Like, substitutes would definitely be bad. But
you'll be like, "You ain't gonna tell me twice." Okay, question. Because you went to school in LA. So did you guys ever throw paper rubber band or rubber band? Did you guys ever shoot people with little paper, folded up sheets of paper with the rubber band? Rubber band slingshots, I guess you would call it.
I guess people used to do stuff like that, but I wasn't that type of like. Those were like bad kids.
He wasn't that. Oh, you guys were mostly just like talking, like cracking jokes, clowning people, whatnot.
Yeah.
Roasting.
Oh, we used to roast. Oh my God, we used to roast in middle school. Whoa, guy. We used to say that. I don't know. Whoa, guy. What? Are we roasting?
Whoa,
like
guy.
when you trying to gather your next joke. So this nigga looking like this, or this nigga got on these. What the fuck are those shoes, guy? Whoa, guy. Are we roasting when you got? And we would like do this point like this. Whoa, guy. Whoa.
We used to do that. Oh my God. That's so
Are we
funny.
roasting right now? Whoa, guy. With that hairline. Like anytime somebody had no hang time braids.
I would hate you. I feel like
I wasn't the one. I was always very bad at that, so I would like be on the outskirts of the roasting thing. Like I felt like the kids who were like really good roasters were behaviorally like not like the homie Titus that was a really good roaster when we was in middle school. Like he was a kid that got in trouble a lot, but you never wanted to try to roast with Titus. Titus ended up playing in NFL.
All right, Titus.
But yeah, he would roast. And
is he tall?
Girl, it don't matter, right? Is he at least 5'2"?
Yeah,
is that what you meant to ask?
Definitely over 5'2".
He ain't gotta be nothing but 5'2", right?
Yeah.
Nah, he got me taller than that girl.
You said it. You
That's like my mama's height.
I won't judge. So after high school, you were like, I'm pretty funny. Wait, since you said you didn't really roast.
Yeah, I didn't really roast. People just thought I was funny in class. And I would just kind of say stuff. You got to ask other people. Like, ask Imani. Like, you got to, like, people just, I was just kind of like quick on my feet and a jokester. And we weren't, like, me and Leonard weren't, like, afraid to, like, embarrass ourselves and stuff like that. And those were just fun times. And then I got voted class clown in my senior year. And then after high school, I went to play basketball in college and then only stayed there for 1 year.
Where was this?
New Mexico. Yeah. And then it was whack. We all got cut at the end of the year. And so I came back home and I was like, well, I'm not trying to go back to college. School ain't for me. Like, if I'm not playing basketball, but I also had to come to the realization, like, maybe I peaked in high school when it came to sports and stuff like that. Like, you got to be real about that type of stuff. And it's like, all right, it's time to, like, start a career. And what do I want to do? And I was like, all right, what's been the most consistent thing in my life that, people have told me I was good at sports, but people have told me I was bad at sports. People have told me I was good at music, but also people told me I was bad at music. I was in the music academy in high school.
Carl can sing, by the way. Just
not really. But, like, I actually play music.
Little snippet.
Nah, ain't no snippets.
He was featured on a couple tracks during this here pandemic, and I will drop the link.
Oh, yeah, you can drop the link to those. I was singing some hooks. Heather laughed at me.
Okay, but girl.
All she did was roast me.
Oh my God, I can't help it. I'm sorry. You know what?
Go ahead, say it. I'd love to know. Go ahead, say it.
I gotta listen to it again. You want to play it real quick because I don't even remember.
You know what? It's probably like.
Oh! It was the other one. I couldn't understand what he was saying. It was like. And then I was like, oh, that's nice.
You was lying. You should be like, I can't hear what you're saying.
I was really trying to figure out what the lyrics were. I had to ask him. I said, Carl,
nobody cares about lyrics.
I do care when I, want to know what you're saying. But,
Wait, disclaimer for those that are listening to this podcast. If you hear me smacking, I'm eating. You already know. And that's just what it is. We can continue now. Okay, go ahead.
What is that a turkey sandwich?
A club sandwich. Yeah, with turkey.
I came back and I was like, all right, what's been the most consistent thing? Like, since I was a little kid, like, people have been saying I was funny. Why not try comedy? But my thing was, I didn't tell nobody because I knew how they were going to react to it. Because when you tell
you didn't know, per se.
I did know. And because it was exactly true.
Oh, no. Okay, so
like,
what?
Comedy is one of those things that everybody kind of thinks that they can do, but also nobody thinks anybody can do. And when you say, like, I want to be a comedian, they immediately go, man, you ain't funny. Like, who you think you are? And they'll name, like, the most famous comedian, like, as if that person just woke up one day and was as good as they are, Like, everybody's had to learn how to do it,
That's true.
And so I was like, I clearly have a natural timing, and I know what's funny. I know how to deliver jokes. I know how to write jokes and stuff like that. Let me try this, but I'm gonna do it in secret. I'm not gonna tell nobody.
That's how I am. I'll be
And
telling people shit.
yeah, nah. And then one night I went over to Leonard House and all the homies was over there and we was playing 2K and stuff. And they were like, "Where you been? Like, where you been going? Like, why don't you always like gotta leave or you always gotta do something?" And I was like, yeah, I've been going up to Hollywood to the Comedy Store and I've been doing like open mics and stuff."
Oh,
And
wow.
like, oh, this nigga think he funny. Man, nigga, you ain't funny. I'm like, y'all have been the ones that have told me I was funny my whole life. And then after that, like anytime we would be kicking it or something like that, and like I would say something funny, they'd be like, "Oh, this nigga working on his material." I was like, "No, I'm not." Like,
it just came out because I'm funny.
yeah.
Naturally. Okay.
Like, y'all never said that until I like opened up and was like, "I'm gonna pursue this thing."
Right.
Like, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh. And I tried to get Leonard to do it too because he's hilarious. And I was like, "Come take these classes with me. I'm doing this thing," and he never bid.
It's never too late.
It's not. He can still do it.
You should write something for the both of you.
Yeah, I might do that. That's a good idea.
That's pretty like strong of you to just be like, I think I'm funny. I'm about to just see if this works. Like,
yeah, after you came back from college, like that's
yeah.
pretty dope.
Yeah,
I was in college, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do.
Well, I mean, when I started, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, I was just like, it won't hurt to try it, especially because I've been hearing this same thing my whole life. Like, I had to look back and go, this has been the most consistent thing. Yeah. Like, it's been the thing that everybody has told me, "Oh, this guy's funny." Like, "Oh, this funny guy." Like, it's always been something like that. So I was like, yeah, let's try it. Let's see if it works. And it turned out that it did. And I just I really enjoyed it. It was after I had lost basketball, I was like, man, what am I going to do? Like, it was a hard realization to be like, I can't play basketball no more. Like, I'm not good enough to like take it to that next level. And then what's so funny? Heather always roasted me.
I'm so goofy. No, okay. I just pictured Carl like in the middle of an empty basketball court with the ball just slowly bouncing away.
Basketball court is dark.
Yes. Oh my God. Music. Okay. Sorry. So corny. Anyway.
But yeah, that's how I got started.
So you mentioned classes earlier. You were sneaking off to Hollywood on a mission to find yourself.
I am not about to play with you today. On a mission to find yourself. What?
No.
So where do you remember your first time doing an open mic?
Yeah, it was at I was working at it was at the Brew Co, which was a bar over in Westwood.
I have so many memories at Brew Co. That's all.
It was over there.
Wow, it's a great spot. It was a great spot. Oh my God. Wow, amazing.
And it was in 2009. And then
did you ever go to Margarita Mondays and they had karaoke there every Monday?
Nah. I only went for the open mic, which was on like Wednesdays or something.
Wow.
And
that's crazy.
Also, I couldn't drink in 2009. I was only 20. But like
Oh yeah, that's right.
But after that, I started doing the Comedy Store ones, and I was kind of like, man, it's like stand-up kind of sucks. Like, I don't like doing it. It's hard. It's hard to get people to laugh. Like, it really puts you in your head to be like, all right, all these years people have been telling me I'm funny. Am I actually funny? Like, I don't know anymore. And then
I'm dying because like, what was it like when you first got on stage and told your friend, like, was it nothing? You didn't get no laughs? It was crickets?
Well, here's what's crazy. The first time I actually did okay. And I like had a joke about, I was on the bus and this homeless dude, or like, I don't know if he was home. He could have had a home, but he was like a little disheveled, and he got on the bus and this woman was eating some gummy bears and he looked at her. He was like, "Let me get one of them gummy bears." And I just told that story because I thought that was funny that he just asked this woman for one of her gummy bears. She was like, "No." This is all on the bus, on the 212. And I was like, I'm going to say that. And that actually worked. Like, me acting out this guy doing this whole thing. Mm-hmm. And that took up most of that 5 minutes or 3 minutes that we got.
Oh, okay. That
took that up. And that's all it was, just the act out. And I was making up parts of it and stuff. And people were like, "Man, that was good. That was good." Like, and then the second time I got up and I did a bit and keep in mind, this is 11 years ago. I'm a 20-year-old kid. But the next bit was about gay slaves. Like, were there gay slaves? And it was like this effeminate slave talking about not wanting to pick cotton. And that one didn't do as well. Some people were laughing.
Who's in the audience, though? Because that could have... Who was in the audience?
Other comedians. Like, it was an open mic, so it was other comedians in the audience. Everybody waiting to get their turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one didn't do as well. Wow. And then the next time, like the next 4 open mics I went to, didn't do as well. But that's also open mics, like, because other comedians are like focusing on their own thing, you know?
Oh, right. Yeah. Especially if the audience is filled with comedians, they probably like running their shit in their head. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's not
especially
like
if it's their first time, you know? Yeah.
If you get a laugh at an open mic, you know that's a good joke. Because, and even if it's just like somebody goes, ha! Like, you know, like, that's good enough. Because,
you know,
it's like, okay, I know this can work, and I'll keep this one.
It has potential. That's that. Ha!
Dude, that would be me. Like, I am like a tough person to make laugh in public. I just like, when I go to comedy shows, I could think it's funny, but you might not get a real chuckle out of me. So I'm like, you know, I could steer y'all wrong in the wrong direction. Like, you could be hilarious, and I'll be sitting there
sipping your drink.
Yeah, like, I don't think I ever like belted out a laugh at a comedy show, even if it's really funny. You know what? A lot of comedians see people like you, and they end up focusing on you.
Oh, Lord.
And
being like, why are you not like, everybody in here is laughing? What is not working for you?
You know what? Maybe that's why people always call me out when they're on stage. And I'm like, I be trying to sit in the back because for some reason, I always get called out every time. And I'm like, man, don't say nothing about me, bro. Just don't.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they go, because they want to know, like, if you scan in the audience and you like, everybody in here is dying. Everybody laughing, and rocking and shit. And this one person is like, I don't.
Yeah, that's me.
And it's like, all right, what is going on with you? Like, clearly you're the oddball out here. But
oh man, that's funny.
But after a little while, I was like, I'm gonna stop doing stand up. It was getting hard. I was getting my jokes stolen by like older comedians and stuff like that. I was like, this ain't as fun. And somebody came up to me and was like, hey man, you make up a lot of the stuff you do on stage, right? Because I was doing this thing where I would have these jokes written out, and I would get up there and panic if like the first one didn't get a laugh or something like that. And I would just start making stuff up. And so they're like, you do improv? And I was like, I don't know what that is. And they're like, you know what improv is? Like, whose lines it anyway? Like Wayne Brady. And I was like,
that's all I think it is.
Yeah, I was like, no, I never did that. They're like, you should try it. You should check it out. And I went and I started taking class at this place called Second City.
Oh, you started at Second City?
Yeah. And when I started,
what year was this?
This is December 2009. So I just.
Oh, still 09. Okay.
Yeah, 11 years I've been doing this.
Wow.
But that was, I like fell in love with it from day one. And you ever do something that everybody sees that you're good at it, and then you feel good about it, and you're like, man, that made me feel confident. Like, it was like a confidence that I hadn't felt in a really long time. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to come back next week. Because, like, I'm coming from South Central. Like, I'm still like, man, this shit about to be weak as fuck.
Oh, no.
Improv, white people shit. Then I walk in, they're doing, like, all the, like, theater sports games. Like, like, pass the clap and all this. And I'm like, I'm not trying to do this shit. Like, it was, like, I'm still trying to be too hard. Like, like I'm like thinking about, and I'm like, Carl, let it go. Like, none of your friends are here. Nobody's gonna see you. Nobody's gonna make fun of you. Like, do it. Like, right. Go have fun. Like, just open up, have fun. Like, you're here. You pay for it. So go do it.
That shit ain't cheap, honey.
It wasn't cheap at all. And I like,
especially as a 20-year-old.
Yeah, my mom paid for the first class. She was asking me. She was like, what do you want? She was like, what do you want for your birthday? Because I was about to turn 21.
Oh my God.
I was like, I want to take this class.
Hey, it's an improv at Second City.
Yeah. And she was like, you really want to do it? Because she knew, my mom always knew I was like a silly kid too, you know. So she was like, all right. And my mom is an actor, so that's why we even moved here, like for her career. And so she was like more like, all right, well, if you ain't going back to school, you know, the parents give you like all right, if you ain't going back to college, I guess I can't make you go, but you not just gonna be sitting around here all day. And I was like, I don't want to. Like, I don't like being at home. Like, I'm gonna go find a job and like try to figure this out. And then when she asked, like, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, can you pay for this class? And she was like, oh, now you want to do it. Because she had been trying to get me to do like comedy from when I was a kid. Y'all remember Lil JJ? Remember the stand-up? That was a kid when we were kids.
Oh,
I do remember.
And he was on that like, it was called like Coming to the Stage or something like that on BET.
Yeah, I remember
and honestly, like my mom and like her friends who like knew I was like a silly kid, like, you could be doing that, like you could definitely be doing that. And I was like, nah. But I was watching him like, man, I'm jealous of him. That's tight. I could do that. Like, and so I just stuck with it, and it started working. Everybody was very positive about my improvement, and that also showed in I started getting work. And so I was like, all right, I guess this is what I was meant to be doing.
Yes. Look at that. You just walked right into it.
Living your purpose. That's what I'm talking about.
So how did you when did you make the transition from Second City to UCB?
That happened. So I was at Second City from 2009 to 2012. So in 2012, I got into the CBS Diversity Showcase, which is this thing here that's put on by CBS every year, where they like 5,000 people audition for this show, or they tell you a bigger number every time. You really don't know. It was like 1,000 people or 2,000 people or 5,000 people. Anyway, they pick a cast of like 20 people, like a diverse cast of like people who are comedians and actors around LA. And you got to go and audition, do your characters and stuff like that. And I got picked, and I did that. And a lot of the people who were in the cast with me were UCB people, and they were all just like, you should come over here to UCB. And I had known a guy from UCB because just like in stand-up, there's kind of like open mics for improv, but they're called indie shows. So independent of the big theaters. And I used to go to those like every night because it was another excuse to not be at the house and like not have my mom breathing down my neck. And so I was going to those, and I met this dude named Ronnie, who and he was the only other black dude in the room. And so we both kind of was like, hey, what's up? Like, and we started doing stuff together and had a couple like indie teams and stuff. And then when I did the CBS Diversity Showcase, everybody was telling me to come over there. I was like, oh, my friend Ronnie does stuff over there. I was like, yeah, we know Ronnie. We love Ronnie, blah, blah. And then right around that same time, Ronnie emailed me and was like, yo, we starting this all black group. Would you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And so I came over to UCB and started rehearsing with them. And that's how we formed White Women.
Wow. And what a story.
Tell me about White Women, because I Heather know you. I don't. So let the people know what is White Women about.
All right, so White Women is just an improv group, and it's 6 of us, and we're all black dudes, and we were all formed because improv is very white dominated. And so we were all like the one black dude on a bunch of like independent improv teams, like coming up. And we all kind of shared the same experience of like, we have to work so much harder to relate to y'all, but y'all never are trying to relate to us. And like, if we like use a reference from our culture or something like that, like it was always going over y'all head. Like I've had white dudes get mad at me because I said something. And they was like, you're trying to make me look bad on stage because I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, hey man, 50% of the stuff that you say, I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't complain afterwards. Like I ain't never seen Star Wars like that. With your bullshit. Yeah, like, but they just couldn't see it because they think they're the norm, and they think you're
you need to think the fuck on your feet, white man.
Exactly. Okay. So it was a lot of stuff going on like that, and we all kind of had this same shared experience. And there was a Black History Month show at UCB that would give like all the black people around a chance. Like put up a sketch or something like that. And then they all got that show was put on by Colton Dunn, who plays Garrett on Superstore, dude in the wheelchair on Superstore, if y'all watch Superstore. But he like emailed all these dudes and was like, hey, you guys want to get together and write a sketch? And then they got together and they wrote the sketch, and it like worked out really well. They was like, this is really fun. Like, we should do more stuff together. Mm-hmm. And Ronnie was like, oh, I got another guy who does stuff at Second City who will be dope to add to this. And we all had this same shared experience, like being the one black dude on this team. And so when we were trying to come up with a name, like, mind you,
next question.
We're like 22 years old. I'm 22, 23 years old. And we were trying to come up with a name, and like we knew we had to do something that stood out because we were already a standout team and a different. And I just was like, what about white women? Because it's the exact opposite of us.
And what? You came up with the name?
Yeah. And it would be like, oh, it'll be funny if like, and I'm thinking this then, it would be funny if when the host says, all right, give it up for white women, we all won.
That's funny though.
And so,
right.
So that's how we kind of, and everybody was like, yeah, that actually, I get that. That's cool. And so that's how we got the name. It has no other connotation. We just thought it would be funny to be called this. Like,
that's great.
For the host, for when people who don't know us, when we walk out on stage and they say, give it up for this next team, white women and 6 black people.
But how was your first show performing as white women? Like,
it was great. It was great. It was one of the best shows I had done to that point. Straight up. Like, and that's when we knew it was like, oh man, we really got something special here.
Aww.
Like this, it was great. It was so freeing. And also at the same time, we didn't want it to be like, we had kind of like got together and had a means of, we not going to be like overly stereotypical and all that. Cause we want to let everybody know that we can improvise just as good as these white people can. Mm-hmm. We can play to the top of our intelligence. We can follow the rules, but we also, our voices are valid. Like, you have to listen to our voice. You have to respect our voice. And we do the work just like you do the work. And we should be respected as such. And that first show, like, it was like magical. And
oh my God, I bet.
It was a bunch of good shows for like 9 months. And then we started getting too cocky. And the show started getting bad. And people started getting egos because we started getting like a little cloudy around the theater. Like, people started being like, oh, I like this team, I like this, well, you know, I'm this person's my favorite, this blah 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 blah.
Oh,
you know, that type of thing. And then so we had to nip that in the bud, and then I went away for a year to Amsterdam to do a job over there.
How was Amsterdam?
It was trash.
Oh, really?
Wasn't expecting that.
That was on my list of places. Well, just to like slide through, you know.
Yeah, go slide through. Slide through. Visit it.
I've been wanting to too.
Slide through.
Go see it. Go slide through. Visit. See it. Look at it. Walk down the red light district. Do that stuff. But living there for a year? No. Well, I got back. They stuck together, and then I kind of just got back, and I had so much performance experience at that time that I couldn't help but get a little better. And then I just jumped right back in, and we was like, at that point, we was kind of taking off. We had gotten the main stage spot at the theater, got our regular shows, and it just worked out. Like, it was just, and then egos kind of got knocked back down, like grew up, matured more, and now we're working like perfectly together. Like, and everything's working. We've sold TV shows and stuff like that as a group. And we're also all just really good friends. So that's really helpful too.
That's good.
So it's always been, is it 5 of you guys? 6? 7?
It's 6 of us.
6, yes. Yeah. Okay. It's always been you 6 then.
It was one more person in the group. But
so it used to be 7.
It used to be 7, yeah.
And now it's 6. How long has it been 6?
3 years.
I know what you're trying to ask. I'm trying to ask too. Because I don't know if I'm stepping into something. You know. So.
No,
he didn't. That's why I just asked how long.
It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years.
There's my answer. I really didn't know. I didn't go no chance. So that was the end of my questions, my investigation.
Yeah.
So how long has it been? What you trying to ask?
You ain't have to blast me, okay?
I know what you're trying to ask, because I was thinking in myself. I thought you was go ahead and slide that question in.
What's his handle? What's the name?
It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. Next question.
Yeah, he was like, it was one other person.
Yeah.
Right.
What happened to the grandmother?
He's fine.
I was really trying to think of another clever question to ask, but yeah, the 3 years handled it.
No, he had some personal issues that it just wasn't conducive to work professionally together anymore.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. I got you. We blessed and not stressed. Okay, I got you.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, that's awesome, Carl.
So what are you up to now, Carl? Like, what you doing?
What am I doing right now? So, right now, currently, I am the on-script writer for the Keenan Show, which is on-set writer. I don't know what's that on-script, but basically, like, because of COVID. So usually how a show works is you have the writer's room, and then every writer writes an episode of that show. And when they're shooting their episode, they go on set to, like, pitch jokes and, like, change things. Like, okay, this doesn't work. Okay, the actor doesn't want to say this. Let's change it. Let's, stuff like that. But because of COVID, we're shooting 9 months after we wrote the show. So now I'm just the guy who's there for everybody's episode doing that. So it's just a little psychic. But I just got off of, I wrote on that show earlier this year, and then I went to a show called Connecting, which is on NBC. It had its first season. This over pandemic. It was about the pandemic. It was shot completely on iPhones and Zoom and stuff.
Oh, wow.
It was on NBC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can check it out on Peacock. And
Peacock.
I wrote one of the episodes, and and Hulu too. You can see it on Hulu. And
okay, I got that.
I was in one of the episodes, and I also just shot a
He
pilot.
tried to slide it. He tried to slide it, and yeah, I was in one of the episodes.
Past that.
And yeah,
which episode, Carl?
episode number 1.
It was 5. I want to say 5.
Okay. Don't get straight.
That was the episode I wrote the episode too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
so you wrote yourself in intentionally?
Absolutely. That's how you got.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Give
they don't always work.
Check.
They don't always work, but if you can in the writer's room and be like, what if it's a dude that comes in and he does this?
Right.
And like, oh yeah, we like that. You should do it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. But and then I also just shot a pilot for NBC, so we're waiting on word to see if that's gonna go. And hopefully we'll hear about that in a couple of weeks.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Ooh, congratulations.
So, tell us about your first time writing.
I was going to ask
for a show.
First time writing for a show was they rebooted Mad TV a couple years ago. Nobody knew about it. I auditioned to be on the show as a cast member. Made it to the final round. They did not select me. But they were like, oh, but we really liked your audition, and like we liked the characters and stuff that you wrote. Would you be interested in being a writer on this show?
Look at that.
Wow.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Like, I'll do that. First, like, I was still working as a bouncer at a bar. And I was
wait, what? I need to talk about this. Okay, keep going.
I was working as a bouncer at Barney's Beanery, and they were like, do you want to be a writer on the show? Like, and they negotiated the contract, and I was able to quit that job.
Amen.
So, yeah. And but yeah, that was so much fun. Like, because it was sketch. It was what I had been doing at the theater, for free for years. And so I got a chance to be a part of a sketch show, see how it operates, and write my sketches, get my sketches on air. And at certain points, y'all seen the 5 Heartbeats, right?
Yes.
So remember when the dude was playing Duck's song on the piano, and he was like, it's my song. He went over and like knocked him off and started playing. But so
I don't know, but
you got to rewatch the movie.
Did you say you watched it?
I did.
She did.
I feel like she alive.
I don't remember. Yeah, that came out a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's a movie that you watch like multiple times a year.
Heather ain't watched no.
I did see it. I did watch. I watched it right here with Imani.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was, that job lasted for a while, and that took me, after that, while I was on that show, I was writing my my writing sample, which is a episode of a pilot, basically my own original idea, and you kind of use that as like your calling card when you're trying to get other jobs. So I wrote on Mad TV for like 15 weeks, and then after that I went to this show called Brockmire, and then after Brockmire I went to a show called Ghosted, which was Craig Robinson and Adam Scott. That was on Fox for a season. Worked there, and then after that I did like a bunch of small jobs, during that time, I wrote on this show that's on Netflix now called Sneakerheads, and then I went to Brooklyn Nine-Nine after that, and wrote on Brooklyn Nine-Nine for a season.
The catalog, honey. It's the catalog for me.
Yeah.
It's the caddy. Oh my gosh. Well, that is awesome, Carl. So to wrap things up, do you have any future firsts that you would like to accomplish?
Future first.
Well, let me say that over. So to wrap things up, Carl, do you have any future firsts that you would like to accomplish?
Let me think about it. Future first.
It's a good question to ponder upon. Yes.
Yeah. Let me ponder upon it. Ponder upon it.
So
ponder upon it.
Ponder upon the future first. Okay, wait. It doesn't have to be industry related.
It could be anything, like skydiving, bungee jumping.
Yuck.
What?
What's the
y'all want to do that?
Never, ever, never, ever.
Never will I ever. I'm not an adventurous person. Y'all want to do that?
Wow.
Y'all want to skydive? You a skydive?
I'll do indoor. I'm not
indoor.
I'm not getting
sure. So I'm 50-50. I'm not sure yet.
If you want to skydive?
I know once. Yeah, I kind of do, but then I know me when I don't like planes, period. I don't even like planes to begin with, but I get on them. So I figured if I can do that,
girl, bye.
I mean, they're not even gonna get your ass.
They're not even gonna get your ass out the plane. They're gonna have to land it because you're not gonna make it out.
That's the thing. But I feel like once I'm up there, I'm like, okay, and I'm all strapped up. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Just push me off. Of course, I'll be with the guy. Push me off, and don't tell me. And then I'll.
You don't want to know like 1, 2, 3. You just
hell no, nope. I can't do it because I'm not gonna be ready. When I jumped off of that boat in Bali, my ass can't swim, and I'm in the middle of the sea trying to jump off a damn boat.
You can't swim.
They said
no.
Had
to be adventurous like that. I cannot swim, and I'll be damned if I jump into anything. No.
Yeah. I can swim and I ain't jumping off a boat. Y'all ain't finna leave
but
me.
I had a life vest on.
Girl, bad.
I saw what it did for others. I said, y'all down there floating with the vest on. I can do that too. So, but when they said 1, 2, 3, I said I couldn't do it. I was looking down like, oh, never mind. But then I told the girl, I was like, okay, jump with me. And then I think I had to sing a song or something. I'm very music. I had to sing a song.
Okay, but see,
or something we got in there.
That's a little different than jumping your ass out of plane because the water's right there. You got people right there. It's just in case you kind of drowning. They got you because they can swim.
And you're with the instructor when you're on the plane.
Girl, what if that parachute don't open? What if there's girl? You are falling to your death.
No, you're not. There's an emergency procedure.
Girl,
I don't know what.
So would you bungee jump then?
No.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you'll skydive, but you won't bungee jump.
Precisely.
Why won't you bungee jump?
Girl, that's me, myself, and I'm not doing that.
Okay, if somebody was strapped onto you, would you bungee jump?
No, I don't think so.
Because that's gonna make the rope heavier. So will you flat Hillary? No, I ain't doing
and
that.
Then I don't think I can do that. There's boundaries to this.
Boundaries. I pondered upon it.
Okay, what did you ponder?
I want to be a first time homeowner is what I want. I want to buy a house.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Buy a house.
We have an episode on first time home ownerships.
Yeah.
Ownership. Yeah. Adrienne, the realtor, she came on and she gave us some tips.
Nice.
So if you guys haven't listened to that episode, please go view it right now. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Carl, for joining our epising this evening.
Yes. Please tell the people where they could find you, your handles, everything, your Insta.
I'm only on
Insta.
I'm only on Insta. And I'm only at Damn It Carl. DAMMITCARL.
Carl, I have a question.
Ask it.
Do you get a lot of people who like say your name how they feel like it should be said? Or like they try to be funny and they're like, damn it, Carl.
Yeah, people
because they know it's damn it, Carl.
Would you be doing that, Heather?
No. Damn it, Carl. Damn it, Carl. There's so many ways you can say it. Damn it, Carl.
Damn it, Carl.
Yeah, I've gotten that before.
Okay, that was just
That's funny. I'm sorry.
It's actually kind of funny, but I mean, I don't know. It's entertaining now that we do it.
Yeah, because now that's not gonna be out my head.
Yeah, you got it now.
Yeah, if I ever see you, I'm like, damn it, Carl. That'd be fun.
All right. Well,
this was fun, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Make
joining
sure
us.
y'all tune in next Tuesday. No, actually, no, because this is the last episode. It's a wrap.
Episode.
Well,
so stay tuned for season 6.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
See y'all 2021.
Oh my God.